nutshell, is continuous improvement. Lean is everyone in the company every day thinking of ways to improve the way things get done.
If it was running at its highest peak performance, you'd simply, yes, press the button, parts would go through the machine, and it would come out, and there wouldn't be any issue.
Lean starts with understanding what the customer values. Quality, reliability, delivery, responsiveness, speed. You're clear on your process, you're clear on who your customer is, who your supplier is, what's coming in. So that's important. And if the company is not able to meet or achieve what the customer's expecting, if there's a gap, there's a problem.
And then you'll see the time change and hopefully getting to our goal of 3.6.
We have tools and methods and techniques that we can use to improve the way we do things, to close the gap. Lean is everyone in the company every day thinking of ways to improve the way things get done. So waste is anything that doesn't add value to the customer, and there are lots of wastes in manufacturing. But we talk about the 8 wastes in manufacturing. We talk about transportation, excessive movement of materials around the plant, moving material multiple times. That's a waste. Inventory, excessive inventory, having more inventory than you need. That's a waste. Motion, unnecessary or excessive movement of the operator. Waiting is a big waste. Waiting for materials, waiting for the machine, waiting for instructions. That's a big waste. Overproduction, making more than you require, making more than the customer needs. That's a waste. Overprocessing, for example, excessive use of staples in packaging. Defects, probably one of the biggest wastes. Defects, not getting it right first time, having to rework the job. That's a waste. Probably the biggest waste, though, is the 8th waste. Wasted talent, the waste of skills. The way we remember those 8 wastes is the acronym TIMWOODS. Transportation, inventory, motion, waiting, overproduction, overprocessing, defects, and skills. TIMWOODS. There are lots of tools in the Lean toolbox, but there are a group of core tools that we talk about. 5S, value stream mapping, value graph, root cause analysis, daily huddles, Kanban. And these are all core Lean tools. 5S is a methodology for creating an organized workplace. There are 5 S's. The first S is sort. To sort the things that you need from things you don't need. The materials, the tools, the equipment, the things that you need for daily production. The second S is to simplify. The things that we do need, we need to put in order. We need to set in order. A place for everything in its place. The third S is to sweep, is to keep the workplace clean and tidy and safe. To sweep, to physically sweep and clean and inspect, but also to sweep with our eyes to make sure that the workplace is kept organized the way it was designed. The fourth S is to standardize. Particularly important if there's more than one person working in the area. Ensure that we've got standard routines, standard methods for keeping the workplace clean, but also the methods that we use within the work area. The fifth S, probably the most difficult, sustain. How do we sustain the gains? How do we sustain this new workplace that we've got? Well, that's where management can play a role, but also audit plays a role. Auditing to ensure that we maintain that new workplace. Value stream mapping is a very powerful tool. It's a tool that we use for understanding how information and how material flows. How information flows from the customer order desk to the shop floor. It's important that the people that work in the process are the people that are actually mapping the process. They're the people that know what goes on. The first step is to have the team walk the process from start to end.
He's running it right away here.
Oh, okay. And then take a step back and, if necessary, time each step of the process. How long it's taking for the information or the material to flow through each step. How long it sits. Having got that information together, go into a room, get out a roll of brown paper, roll out the paper, and use the Post-its to map each step of the process. Identify whether each step added value to the customer or didn't add value. From that point, identify the constraints. What's stopping the information or the material from flowing? You're going to come up with solutions around how can we make the material flow through this stage, and how can we deal with this? Now, we might be more strategic over here.
That's going to be strategic.
more strategic. But I think you should still put a little bit of effort into thinking about that. At what point in the process is the informational material getting held up? That's where we need to drill down, do some root cause analysis, understand the root cause of that delay, and come up with some ideas or some solutions for moving the informational material. A value graph is a very useful tool. It's a very useful tool for organizing ideas and solutions. We're always looking for those ideas which are high value, high impact, but they're low cost, low effort to implement. We call those gems. They go in the bottom right-hand quadrant of our value graph. Not to ignore those other ideas. They're useful ideas, not as valuable, but they're low cost, low effort to implement. They're quick hits. We put those in the bottom left-hand quadrant of the value graph. Top right-hand corner, that's where the strategic ideas go. They're high value, high impact, but they're also costly to implement. Top left-hand corner, well, they're for the ideas which, well, they're not such high value, but they're high cost. So we're going to park those for now. Root cause analysis is getting to the root of the problem, what's causing the problem. All too often in problem solving, we deal with the symptom, but not the root cause.
The root cause of our issue is the machine failed.
Right. Yeah.
Right, so I think that's our root cause. The solution to it would be, is better training needed? Is more PM needed? Is that?
Yeah, you're right.
A useful technique in root cause analysis is asking why 5 times. So the tool on the machine is broken. Why? Because the coolant's not flowing. Why? Because the coolant pump is broken. Why? Because there's chips in the coolant tank. Why? Because there's no cover on the tank. Put a cover on the tank. So a great way to get to the root cause of the problem and solve the problem forever. A huddle is a practice that we use to improve communication. And typically in manufacturing companies, there's a once-a-day daily huddle in each of the team areas. 5 minutes. There's a couple of important things that the team will focus in on. They'll focus in on their key performance metrics.
Great job at KVA. We're above our target.
Safety, quality, delivery, but also use it as a vehicle for talking about what they've achieved, what they haven't achieved, and where they need to improve the process.
We don't know when the time is we're supposed to stop and start up there.
Kanban is actually a Japanese term. The literal translation is sign or signal. So we talk about Kanban in manufacturing as a simple visual material replenishment system. And we use lots of signals and signs for replenishing materials. It could be an empty box, it could be a card that's been turned over, it could be a flag that goes up. But a simple mechanism for signaling the replenishment of materials, that's Kanban. Kaizen literally translates into better way. In English we would say continuous improvement. The way that we can actually implement continuous improvement is through the Kaizen Blitz. That's a short burst of energy. That's where we bring a team of people together to solve a specific problem in 2, 3, or 4 days. So we harness the core lean tools, value stream mapping, root cause analysis, value graph, 5S, Kanban, daily huddle. We harness all of these tools as part of that 3, 4, 5 day Kaizen Blitz.
Anyways, I appreciate your time here. We hope we're going to give you good information. I hope it all works for you guys, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, thanks.
Thank you.
Lean is about solving business problems that enables the company to deliver more value to the customer.